In the previous class, we had discussed about the respiration and the types of respiration which takes place in the presence of oxygen as well as in the absence of oxygen, like aerobic and anaerobic respiration. So here in this class, we will discuss about the human respiratory system, or how the respiratory system works in the humans. So humans, like many other land animals with backbones, those who are having backbones, they breathe in oxygen rich air and breathe out carbon dioxide rich air with the help of lungs. So lungs are present inside our chest and they are protected by the rib cage. So the lungs are protected by the rib cage. The ribs also support the lungs and help to pump the air in and out when we breathe. So first of all, air is taken through the nostril and it is filtered by fine hairs that line the passage. Or as we inhale, the oxygen rich air enters the nose through a pair of nostrils. Then tiny hair and mucus are present in our nose. You have observed it. So tiny hairs and mucus, they prevent the dust and other particles from entering our body. So air passes through the nasal cavity and enters the larynx. After that, it passes to the trachea, which is also known as windpipe, and is made up of several ring-like structures held together by cartilage. The trachea, again air enters the trachea, which is divided into two bronchi. The bronchi break down into several bronchioles, thinner tubes. Bronchioles are the thinner tubes, and these bronchioles carry the inhaled air into tiny air bags called alveoli. So the exchange of gases actually takes place inside the alveoli. So first of all, when we breathe, or when we take, or when we inhale, the oxygen rich air enters through nose, through the nostril, then it goes to the larynx, then it goes to the windpipe or the trachea, then from trachea to bronchi, from bronchi it goes to bronchioles, and the bronchioles carry them to the alveoli, and the gases exchange takes place in the alveoli. So when we breathe in, larynx, then trachea, then bronchi, then bronchioles, and then alveoli, similar way it can breathe out. We can breathe out also, or air can pass out also. So this is the in and out, how the air is entering and how the air is out. It is going out. So here also you can see the air is entering, then it is going to the trachea, pharynx, then larynx, then it is going to the trachea, from trachea it is going to the bronchi, and then bronchioles, and then alveolar sac, that means alveoli it is going. If you will see a large diagram of alveoli, it is looking like this, bag like sac like structure, that is called alveoli. So alveoli, the alveoli provides a surface where the exchange of gases can take place. So the walls of alveoli contains an extensive network of blood vessels. So the walls of alveoli, they have a network of blood vessels. So when we breathe in, we lift our ribs. You might have observed that when you are breathing in, we lift our ribs and flatten our diaphragm, and the chest cavity becomes larger. So you might have noticed that when your parents are sleeping, then you can notice that when they are taking breathing in and breathing out, you can see the difference very clearly, that how the means chest cavity is becoming larger, and then the diaphragm is flattening, lifting, and then coming back. It is contracting and relaxing. So because of this, air is sucked into the lungs and fills the expanded alveoli. The blood brings carbon dioxide from the rest of the body to release into the alveoli, and the oxygen in the alveolar air taken up by the blood in the alveolar blood vessels to be transported to all the cells in the body. So the extensive network of blood vessel in the alveoli helps in the gaseous exchange, and during the breathing cycle, when air is taken in and let out, the lungs always contain a residual volume of air, so that there is sufficient time for oxygen to be absorbed and for the carbon dioxide to be released. So when the body size of animal is large, the diffusion pressure alone cannot take care of the oxygen delivered to all parts of the body. So the respiratory pigments take up oxygen from the air in the lungs and carry it to tissues which are deficient in oxygen before releasing it. For example, like oxygen is reacting with hemoglobin, or oxygen is dissolving in hemoglobin and making oxyhemoglobin, which can dissolve in the blood and can pass to each and every cell and tissues where the oxygen is deficient. In human beings, the respiratory pigment is hemoglobin, which has very high affinity for oxygen. The pigment is present in RBC, the hemoglobin that is present in the RBC or red blood cells. So carbon dioxide is more soluble in water than oxygen is. That that is why mostly transported in the dissolved form in our blood. So sometimes we are seeing in various ads and all, and we are studying that smoking is injurious to health. Why smoking is not good or smoking is injurious to health? So lung cancer is the one of the common cause of deaths in the world. The upper part of respiratory tract is provided with small hair like structures called cilia. So when we are when the people are smoking, that smoking destroys this hair, due to which the germs, dust and smoke and other harmful chemicals enter the lungs, because the function of the cilia is to helps to remove the germs, dust and other harmful particles from the inhaled air. So when we are smoking, the cilia is not able to remove the dust or smoke, because the hair is destroyed by the smoking. That is why they are causing infection, cough and even lung cancer in human beings. So first of all, air is taken through the pair of nostrils, then it is coming to the larynx. Through the larynx it is coming to trachea, which is divided into two bronchi, and the bronchi has small thinner tubes, that is called bronchioles, which carry the air to the alveoli. Alveoli is the place where the actual exchange of gases takes place. It contains extensive network of blood vessels. So the oxygen absorbed in alveoli combines with hemoglobin. So oxygen in the alveoli combines with hemoglobin in the blood, hemoglobin present in RBC, to form a compound called oxyhemoglobin. So hemoglobin combines with oxygen to give oxyhemoglobin. So blood carries this oxyhemoglobin. To all the cells of the body. In the cells, oxyhemoglobin releases the oxygen, which helps to break down food or glucose or sugar. Food means glucose or sugar. So the oxygen helps to break down the food to generate energy. So along with the energy, here carbon dioxide, water and heat are also generated. So if you will write that reaction, how the oxygen is helping in the breakdown of food, then it is sugar plus oxygen, it gives energy, plus carbon dioxide plus water. So here main important component is oxyhemoglobin, which is formed by the combination of oxygen and hemoglobin, which is present in RBC or red blood cells. So this oxyhemoglobin, blood carries this oxyhemoglobin to all the cells of the body and provide oxygen where oxygen is deficient, or which part of the tissues or cell is needing the oxygen, that is carried by oxyhemoglobin. It releases the oxygen, and which helps, the oxygen helps to break down the food to give energy, and it also releases carbon dioxide and water. So this is all about human respiratory system. Read in your book so that you will be more clear.